Breathing out. Trying to breathe to 5 counts. Making a nice, long, deep breath. Breathing in, breathing out. And instead of just numerically counting to 5, sometimes it's nice to have 5 words that will take you there and that will leave an image in your mind, in that mirror of the mind and heart, like love is everywhere or love is all there is. Bringing that intention to the breath. Kind of charging or loading the breath. And then while we're breathing deeply, maybe imagining ourselves somewhere that gives us peace, somewhere that we like to go, that we always experience that feeling of joy when you are there. Maybe it's on a mountain, maybe it's next to a stream. Just kind of painting that place on the canvas of your mind. And embracing those feelings that come to your heart and mind when you're at that special place. And while we are sitting here, imagining and wishing and dreaming, creating a dream of one thing, that one wish that you would like to bring into the new year. Maybe one wish for the world or one wish for the community. And while we are sending that one wish into the world, think of one practice or one thing that you are already doing, perhaps on a daily or almost daily basis, or one thing you would like to start doing on a daily basis that brings you joy, that brings you onto that spiritual journey. And it could be something very mundane, like, watering the plants, giving extra attention to the plants. It could be doing something that uplifts you personally, that you would like to do more. Or it could be something that you want to give to the world in the form of service or a smile. So it can be very simple. So imagining yourself doing that thing. And maybe closing that experience out with a smile. And I'm wondering if everybody in the class would like to share maybe one thing that you are doing or that you would like to do in the new year as a practice that would anchor you in joy, in contentment, in balance. And I should start since I was brazen enough to say that. And the one thing that I wanted to do again is I've been thinking of a way to do, as you all know, once a month I used to do help facilitate a peanut butter and jelly and giving fruit and water away to the homeless. So I'm coming up with a way to do that in as safe a way as possible. And I think I'm going to rekindle that. So who else has a thought or a practice they would like to share?
Oh, it's Claudia. I had to go over to my computer to unmute it. I want to get back to a yoga practice. I really let it slide last year. So here I am.
We've missed you.
I miss you guys too. Thank you for your emails. That keeps me connected.
Thank you for the opportunity to give our shoes away.
Oh, anytime. Thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
So I'll be coming by your house sometime. I'll send you an email.
Okay.
I have a bunch already, although we're going to continue with the shoe drive till the 31st.
Fantastic. I appreciate everybody's contributions. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else care to share before we dive in?
I'm going to continue with my Donna Eden energy practice, and there's a few exercises that engage something called your radiant circuits, and radiant circuits are all about joy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're simple. I'd love to teach you guys if you're interested. So
That would be nice. Maybe you could start a couple classes here and there that we're doing. When I do the yoga class, you could do like one or two really simple. We'll talk about that.
cool. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary Ellen.
You're welcome, Tom.
I want to get back into my exercise routine that I've let slack off, certainly in the new year. And I can do it. I just need a little kick in the butt or something, a little motivation. So that's what I was thinking about today.
I'm happy to help kick your butt.
There's always
Oh, we're having volunteers. Volunteers are coming up front to help with that.
I always think there's always the 5 Tibetans.
Yeah, they have all these programs these days where if you set a goal, maybe you have a buddy to help you reach that goal, to help motivation. And we're all low on that motivational scale sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
we all need that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So today's class is an all-round yoga class with a little emphasis on the back. So if anybody has any other request of things that they would like to see in the yoga class, if you could shoot me an email, that'd be great. And I would be glad to incorporate those into the yoga programs. And I'm reading this book on joy by, I'm sure you all have heard of it. It's with Desmond Tutu and the Dalai Lama. And one of the sentences in there that I really liked was that in life, in that journey of life, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. So, we have a choice as to how to receive that information, how to transform that information, how to respond to that information when that happens. And so I love that little tidbit. So we'll start with coming into a standing pose. And bringing the hands to the heart and having those thumbs kind of plug into the heart. Building our mountain, which is snow covered today, with the feet a little bit apart. Breathing in through the heart and out through the heart. Staying present with that breath. And bringing this Namaskar up into Snowy Mountain and coming down in the knees as we come into lightning. Trying to track those knees forward. They wander off to the side from time to time. Bringing the chin into the throat. Breathing while we're holding this lightning. Feeling that energy coming down from the fingers, maybe spreading those fingers wide as we're bending in the knees and coming into a little squat. Letting those knees tell you how far to go. And then we're gonna exhale up, bring the arms around and back to the heart. And then we're gonna go after that again. So inhaling this up, bending in the knees, coming down into lightning pose. Coming down here for maybe 4 or 5 breaths. So the legs feel it. So this is a nice leg strengthener as well. Listening to that breath flowing in and flowing out. And then rising up, bringing the arms around and back to the heart. And then we'll do this one more time. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we'll raise that Namaskar Mudra and come into lightning once again. Feeling that energy coming down through the fingers, into the torso, down through the hips and the legs and the toes. Feeling that whole foot anchoring into the earth. Breathing in, breathing out, and then straightening those legs, bringing those wings down and back to the heart. So we're going to do something else with lightning. So we're spreading the feet a little further apart, maybe to the edges of your mat. And then we're going to bend the knees, bringing the hands down to the thighs. And we're going to lunge from side to side. So we might inhale to one side, exhale to the next. So we're straightening one leg every time we lunge to a side. And then we're going to add one more movement to this lunge. As we lunge to one side, we're going to twist the torso a little. And so we're going to pause. Inhale, pause as we twist the torso, come back to center, pause, twist, come to center, twist, and lunge. Come to the other side. Oh, my knee is talking to me. And then we're going to do it 2 more times, lunging and twisting. Coming to the center, lunging and twisting. And then we'll come to the center and bring our feet a little closer together, bringing the hands to the heart. So we'll take this mudra of peace and send it out into the world and then open the curtains. And as we open the curtains of 2012, the next new year, we'll leave the arms out, bending the elbows, shining like a beacon into the new year, sending that vibration of hope, that vibration of positivity. Breathing in and out. And then exhaling, bringing those hands together in front and into the heart. Breathing in and out. So we'll do this a few more times, sending that mudra of peace. It's a greeting of oneness, coming into cormorant and just shining like the lighthouse, shining that light that you have, being that radiant one, and receiving those blessings from the universe. So we're going to gather those up in our hands and bring them into our heart. Breathing in and marinating in that for a moment. Breathing out. And then we're going to do this again. Send that hope for courage, for connection, for caring into the world. Being the cormorant and just shining with your wings spread. They're usually sunbathing when they do this. And so we're shining and receiving sun and sending light. So, and then the universe is sending those positive vibrations back. So we're going to gather them all up and bring them into the heart. And just be present with them and being present with the breath. Then we're going to do this once again, but this time as we send the hands out and around, they're going to continue all the way to the back. And we're going to interlace the fingers, having our feet hip width apart. And we're going to do an asana series, which is called Standing Karmasana. Inhaling and growing tall like the mountain, exhaling to the left. Pulling those shoulders open. My hands are coming out the opposite side of the waist. So it's quite a stretch for the shoulders. Opens the heart. Inhaling back to center. And gliding and exhaling to the other side. Breathing in and breathing out. You can look at the earth and make that visual connection with the earth. As we resolve to be that voice for Mother Earth, inhaling to the center. And then we're going to exhale down in front. So the knees can be a little bit soft here as we lean forward. And you can lift your hands over the above the hips or rest them on your tailbone. And we're going to breathe in and out a few times here. And slowly inhaling and bringing that torso up. Coming into an upright position. And then we're going to inhale into a gentle back bend. Since we inhale into the gentle back bend, remembering just a little will do and pulling the chin into the throat. And then coming back to center, we're going to release the wings and they're going to come around the front and we're going to hug ourselves up. So as we're hugging ourselves up, there's going to be one arm on top and then we're going to put it on the bottom in the middle. So we're going to release our wings and then put the reverse arm on top. Loving up not only our physical selves, but our inner spiritual selves, that inner source. And then sliding the arms open again, and they're going to go all the way behind and down, interlacing the fingers and growing tall. So we're pressing the feet into the mat. The knees are a little soft, and we exhale to the left again. So we're just going to do this series has two parts actually. We're just going to do the standing part today. And we're looking down at the earth. Inhaling back up to center. Exhaling and gliding to the other side, stretching those pectorals and those arms. Looking down at the earth. Making that visual connection with her beyond the floor, all the way down to the dirt. Inhaling back up to center, and then exhaling, diving forward, bending over those hips. Coming down, down, down. Maybe lifting the hands off the tailbone if you can, or rest right there. Breathing in and out. So as we're standing and we're bent over a little bit, the knees are soft, so they're not jammed back. Inhaling and slowly rising, so we can feel those feet pressing into the earth. Exhaling, and then inhaling once again into a gentle back bend and pulling that chin into the throat so the neck is nice and long. Hard to breathe here. And then coming up to center. As we come up to center, we release the wings and we're going to do another hug here. And receiving that hug into our being for the new year. And then we're going to glide the arms out and reverse their position so that we're hugging on both sides. And then we're going to bring the wings out and back behind us one more time. Inhaling and rising up a little bit. Lifting in that chest, lifting in the heart. And exhaling to the left side. So keeping the neck nice and long and not like going like that. So nice long diagonal neck. As we pull those shoulders open, shine that heart. Pressing that opposite foot a little more firmly into the earth. Inhaling to center, and then exhaling to the other side. So feeling those shoulders pulling back. It's just like you're one of those sails on Lake Dillon, on one of those sailboats. Feeling that opening, looking down at the earth. Feeling that opening of your sail as we come to center and exhaling forward. Keeping those feet firmly grounded. Trying to coax the hips into releasing the torso a little bit more. Inhaling and slowly rising. exhaling, and then we're coming one more time into the gentle back bend. So watching the shoulders, making sure that they haven't sprung forward. And then coming up. And then we're going to release the hands again and do the hugging up ourselves on so many different levels. Remembering that everyone has that nest egg of spirituality inside their hearts. Opening the wings and then sliding the other way. Giving a big hug to that inner source. Breathing into that. And then sliding those hands and arms out and coming back with the hands to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to drop the hands down by the hips. And I think we did this last week, or last time we were together. And this is a Namaskar Mudra pump where we come down into our knees and then we come upright, coming up, doing the Namaskar to the Wisdom Center and down. So we're working the core a little bit. So we're bringing the hands up on the inhale, bending just like in lightning, and exhaling down, although we're staying more upright in this. So it's inhaling as we bring the hands up, exhaling as they come down. And we're doing 10 or 12 of these. Just moving the core. Inhaling into Namaskar, exhaling down. So we're not being too like 5-star movements. We're just taking it gently, trying not to be too competitive, just smooth and easy. My knees are telling me, can you please buy us some more glucosamine? They're reminding me that I have run out. And let's do one more, coming up, coming down, and then back to the heart, straight-legged. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to spread the feet a little bit towards the edges of the mat. And we're going to start twisting from side to side. I call this the flying twist. As we raise that back heel and ankle and fling the arms around from side to side on the lower level of the body. So we're twisting all the joints in the body, oiling them up just a little bit, and then we'll bring the hands up to waist level. So bending those elbows as we go from side to side. And coming up to shoulder height. And we really bend the elbows up here. Still coming up on that heel behind us, twisting that ankle, bending those knees, and then coming above the head. We're flying. Maybe the corners of your mouth will go up a little bit. So we're working that smile mudra, which releases those endorphins in the brain. Going from side to side. And maybe you're smiling for no reason at all. So reminding our minds and hearts that yes, we can smile for no reason at all. Don't have to have a reason to do that. So then we're bringing the arms down to shoulder level as we begin our descent. And coming lower. And eventually just lightly tapping the body with our hands. Still gliding from side to side. Still warming up those lower torso joints and limbs and slowing it down and coming into a standing position. Closing the eyes and just taking a moment to be present with the breath. To be present with those inner rhythms of the body-mind. To be present with that inner source that we spend lifetimes developing a relationship with. Bringing those hands back up to the heart and over the head and on a diagonal. So leaning into the lateral stretch, Chandra Namaskar. And once again, pressing that opposite leg into the earth. And breathing. Coming back to center. And then we're going to glide over to the other side. Giving a nice side stretch to the body. Breathing through this diagonal stretch. Coming back to center. So we're going to change the diagonal stretch. So bringing the left arm down. So we're forming the I Ching or I Ching as we bend to the side. Sweeping those wings out into a T, and then we're going to do the other side. So then leaning into the other side, gently and with awareness. So we'll do this 2 more times. Inhaling those arms into a T, and then we'll turn the arms over to the other side. Remembering that it's in that I Ching symbol is that darkness and light. Inhaling into that T symbol and then coming back to the I Ching. So sometimes we need that combination of darkness and light to maintain the balance, to get us motivated, to spread joy, to do service. And then we'll unfurl those wings once again, maybe bring them a little bit behind us and back to the heart. Closing the eyes and being present with the breath once again. So then we're going to come into a warrior series. So putting our left foot forward, and we have behind us a foot on a diagonal. And for warrior two, both feet are on the same line. So the heel of the front lead foot bisects the back arch. So setting up your foundation. And warrior two is the one where we imagine our bodies are a slice of bread in the toaster. So we want to bring in our abdominals, bringing in our tailbone, bringing in our neck, because sometimes our neck and chin wander away from us. We want the ears over the shoulders. So bringing in that throat. And then inhaling those arms open and exhaling into that front knee. So embracing that stance of the spiritual warrior. Gazing over that sword arm, breathing over that front sword arm. Feeling that bend in the front knee and that back foot anchoring into the earth more solidly. And having that awareness of where the back arm is, because it sinks a little bit. Breathing in, breathing out. And then sending that sword hand up to the sky. The back hand comes down to the thigh. That front leg is still bent. So maybe you can bend that knee just a scooch more. As we look at the sun that is beyond our ceiling, beyond our houses, beyond the clouds, and connect with that light. So sunshine, holding that sunshine image in our hearts and around our bodies. And then we're going to bring that front elbow, oh my gosh, I've got frogs, on the front knee, and that back arm will come over the head, rainbowing over the head. And we can try to turn the head so that we're looking beyond the ceiling and at the sun again. So twisting the neck a little bit, twisting the torso just a little bit, being present with the breath. Breathing in, breathing out, discovering courage, discovering peace, breathing in, breathing out. Then we're going to exhale that upper arm down and around and coming into paralleling the feet up. The arms are in a T position and coming back to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to try that again. Sweeping those arms up into a T, pointing that lead foot away from the body. Inhaling in, exhaling into that front front knee. Breathing, being present with the breath. As we mentally come into contact with that inner courage that's going to help us stay motivated in the new year. Inhaling up to the sky with your front arm, down to the back hip or thigh with the back arm. Still bending the front knee. And we have a smile on our face as we enter the new year. And then exhaling that elbow, the front elbow down on the knee. Rainbowing the other arm over the head. And here we are again. And can you twist your torso just a scooch? And your head just a scooch towards the light. Breathing in, breathing out, feeling that breath connection. And dropping that upper hand down, whirling it around, paralleling the feet, bringing the arms all the way up over the head, all the way down to the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, love is all there is. Breathing out. Love is all there is. So then we can point the other foot and it becomes our lead foot. Inhaling both wings up once again. And exhaling into that lead leg. I'm going to turn around so I can still see you. Coming up into Warrior Two once again. So each new day brings new opportunities, sinking into that front knee to try it all over again. New day, new year, just like having a new birthday every day. To get in and try it all over again. So we're here into the new year and a new day, and then we'll send this hand up to the sky, plugging into that blue sky, inviting that blue sky mind, blue sky heart, breathing in, breathing out. And then once again, we're going to dive forward with that front arm, that front elbow on the knee, and the back arm rainbowing over the head. Showering all those colors. Showering those rainbow colors into our minds and hearts. Breathing in, breathing out. Being one with the breath. And then bringing that upper arm down towards the ground, around and behind us as the arms come up, The right foot parallels itself up, and we're coming back into Namaskar position. Resting position. Breathing position. Breathing in. Breathing out as we resync the heart, resync the breath. And then we're going to turn those toes around one more time because we're going to sweep into the T arms, the T wings, and bend into that front leg once again. Keeping the body as vertical as possible. Bending that front leg. Breathing in, breathing out. And then dropping that back hand, lifting the front hand. Maybe sinking into the knee just another ½ inch. As we come into Sun Warrior. Oh, and the sky is getting bluer and bluer today. We're working our magic on the weather. And then dropping that arm down, dropping that elbow down on that front leg, palm upwards, and bringing that back arm over the head. And so we're rainbowing Skittles, the colors of the rainbow, making ourselves more colorful, less dark. Diversity is one of the characteristics of the creation of nature. And we can be that too. And then dropping that arm down, fingers following the floor, coming around behind us, feet paralleling up, wings coming all the way up this time. Exhaling all the way down and bringing the hands to the heart. Maybe you can give the world a little smile. Maybe you can give yourself a little smile. Sometimes we're too serious. And we're going to bring the toes together. The heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, as we come together once again. Being present with the breath. Being present with the wholeness of our being. As we dream and wish a new story for this new year. Recognizing that things will never be quite what they were, but we're going to dream a new world. A new world with more caring. A new world with more compassion. So then we're going to come into a balance pose. After I said that, that seems like the place to go. And so we're going to use the wall again, and we're going to do dancer. So if you need to go to a doorway in your house, somewhere else, that's fine. My wall is right here. And so snuggling up kind of close to the wall, but not too close, and lifting that arm up. And so as we lift one arm up and slide it up that wall, we're going to take that outside leg and kick in front of us 2 or 3 times. And then we're also going to kick behind us 2 or 3 times, really bending that knee. So not doing a straight leg kick, but kind of bending that knee as we kick backwards. So in the dancer pose, we're going to try to lift that outside bent leg either up to the hand so the hand can hold it, or you can just bend the knee and let the hand hang. So whichever your body will do for you today is fine. I'll probably demonstrate just bending the knee as much as I can. Breathing while we try to find that cosmic rhythm for 2012, for the new year. How can we blend into that rhythm? It's like fishing in the river. You sometimes want to find certain currents where you think the fish are. That's what this year is like. Finding that current, finding that rhythm. Having that stretch on that base leg. And then we'll put that leg down and we're going to turn around to the other side, because the other side is saying me too. And sliding that hand up the wall or up the doorway. And once again, we're going to kick that outside foot 3 times forward, bending that knee. And then we're going to do that same thing 3 times backwards, bending that knee. And then we're going to try to bend that knee up, and maybe it will go in the hand, maybe it will not. And maybe this time we can see if the hand can come a little bit away from the wall or not. Maybe just one finger in the wall. Strengthening that straight leg. So can you find a place of softness in that base knee? So the base knee isn't locked tight. Can you find softness there? Maybe explore that, see where it takes you. And then we'll bring that leg down and we're going to try it one more time on each side. A little bit shorter this time, sliding the hand up the wall, bending the outside knee. Feeling that balance pose in the body. Trying to go to maybe one finger in the wall or focusing on a point and putting no fingers in the wall. Breathing in, breathing out. And coming down to the other side and doing this again. Sliding the hand, bringing your leg up. Finding your point of balance. Can you lift your hand just half an inch away from the wall? Or one finger. Pulling the chin in. Remember that you're searching for that cosmic current. That cosmic rhythm. And bringing the leg down and coming down to the mat. So as we come down to the mat, coming into turtle, soles of the feet together. And rounding the back. Breathing in and breathing out. As we're acknowledging our inner turtle. Maybe acknowledging our heartbreak of last week. And how are we gonna stand in that, embrace that, and transform, make our voices be heard. So we want to weave our voices together for a new world of caring and connection. For the well-being of all. So that's a good phrase to remember in order to see, am I dogmatic? Am I following some concept blindly? Am I doing that? In what areas of my life, and mind, might I be being a little bit dogmatic? And one of the distinguishing features, I think, is this for the well-being of all? So then we'll move into tabletop. So we're on hands and knees. And we're going to revisit the hydrant without hitting my lamp. I'm going to see if yoga is going to be a contact sport today or not. So coming into tabletop with our starfish hands, so the fingers are spread. I like to put mine a little bit above where my armpits are. And the knees are hip width apart. And first we're going to start with bringing the knee to the elbow and sweeping that leg back. Knee to the elbow, sweeping the leg back. And I don't hear my lamp crashing, so I'm missing the lamp. So we're going to do this a couple of times. This works our core and the back at the same time. And then we're going to bring that knee home down to the floor and do the other with the other side of the body. Maybe 5 or 6 times, sweeping the knee to the elbow and back, letting that leg fly. So that goes all the way into the back. And one more, and down to the mat. So then we're going to go into hydrant. So the hydrant series is lifting up your knee on one side of your body and looking at that knee. So we're twisting the neck. The knee is bent and it's suspended in midair. Then we're going to glide that leg back on a diagonal, pressing out through the heel. And that is the sciatic nerve there. And gliding that leg directly behind the back. And then we're going to bend the knee. So the sole of the foot is on the ceiling. And we're actually going to pump that leg, lifting that leg up 3 or 4 times. So I'm kind of kicking towards the ceiling 3 or 4 times, and I'm tightening my my core at the same time. And then bringing that knee down. So then, of course, we're going to do it on the other side. And so if your wrists are getting tired, you can make a fist with the wrist, which I like to do. And then we're going to lift the bent knee on the other side and look at it, twisting the neck, turning the neck, hopefully not screaming and shouting. And then we're going to straighten the leg on a diagonal. So it's on a diagonal first, pressing out through the heel. And then we're going to slide that leg directly behind us. And then while it's behind us, we're going to bend the knee and we're going to lift it up towards the ceiling 3 or 4 times, kind of pumping that leg up. So we're gonna do this, bring this down to the mat. We're gonna do this one more time on each side. I can hear Lorraine groaning from here. This is really good for the sciatic nerve bundle. Lifting the knee to the side, looking at that knee, straightening that leg on a diagonal, breathing through it 1 or 2 times, sliding the leg behind us, bending the knee, and pumping that leg up gently, just 3 or 4 times. And bringing it down. And then we'll repeat on the other side, lifting that bent knee, looking at it, turning the neck, and then straightening that leg out on a diagonal. Pressing through the heel, breathing, being present with that leg, being present with that nerve bundle. And then gliding the leg straight behind us, bending the knee and pumping it up 2 or 3 times. Being gentle with the back. And bringing that knee down. So then we're going to come into, I think we're going to stay kneeling. If kneeling is bothering your knees, bring over something. Always have a blanket nearby. And we're going to come into the high kneel. So having the knees a little bit apart, coming into the high kneel, bringing the hands to the heart. So inhaling these hands upward into Snowy Mountain, and then we're going to zigzag down to the ground. So as we come down, the hands slide as they hit the earth away from us, and we leave all our troubles at the foot of the river, leaving all our worries. And then inhaling as we come up, bringing the hands a little closer to the head and shoving off the earth, but we're bringing the arms right next to the ears. And then shining, spreading the wings, being that radiant one, and bringing the hands back to the heart. So this kneeling position on the floor is the position that in the East, women greet their dispeller of darkness or their gurus. This is the position that they hold. So I like to imagine leaving my troubles, leaving my worries at the foot of my teacher. So we'll take this Namaskar Mudra up again into kneeling mountain, and then we'll zigzag down. The hands will come down first, the fingertips, and they'll slide away, and we'll bring the head down to the floor. Releasing your worries, releasing your troubles. Once again. So in the world of yoga, we do this over and over and over again. And then bringing the hands closer to the head and launching off, so pushing off the earth, but trying to keep the arms by the ears and shining, being that lighthouse beacon, being that radiant one, sharing your light and sealing it at the heart. Breathing in, breathing out. So we'll try this again, taking those hands up. And then we're going to zigzag down towards the earth. So the hands come down first, the fingertips come down to the ground, they glide away. Opening your hands and releasing your challenges, your obstacles, your disappointments. Bringing the hands a little bit closer to the head, pushing off with the hands. Good abdominal workout, coming all the way up, and then we're going to shine. So we'll do this one more time. So this is called Dirga Pranam. And when I practice this at home, I'll do like eight revolutions of it. Exhaling, coming down, bringing the fingertips to the earth, sliding them away, leaving our troubles, releasing them, giving them up. Nice physical mudra to accompany the intellectual process of letting things go and seeing them fly away. Giving away things that do not serve you. Bringing the hands towards the head a little as we push off, trying to keep the arms near the ears. Exhaling down. Bringing those hands to the heart. And coming down. So coming down out of that. And then we're going to come down on our sides for the side leg lifts. So in the, do I have enough room? Yes. For the side leg lifts, it's kind of like a Grecian pose where we're supported by one hand and we're eating grapes with the other. So in the side leg lifts, we have both legs bent, but in particular, we want that bottom knee, that bottom leg bent, because that's our stability. And then we're going to lift the top leg up. To the sky. And slowly bring it down. So this is also working those core muscles just a little bit. Bring it down more slowly than you took it up. And then as soon as it reaches the other foot or the earth, we're going to slide it back up again. Pressing out through that heel. And slowly coming down. And then we will bring it up once more. Probably going to do this more than once more. And if you want to support it with your hand, you can do that with the hand on the thigh, the hand on the foot, or whatever you can manage. Keeping that leg up, pointing the toe, pointing the heel, pointing the toe, pointing the heel. And then we'll let go of that leg. So that hand will go back on the floor as that leg slowly comes down. And as it comes down, before it hits the other foot, we're going to make some circles with that leg. Circles in one direction, circles in the other direction. And then bring it down. So lastly, we'll bring this leg up once again, holding it up there in whatever way we can, and make little foot circles. We're making ankle circles. Mine are a little dyslexic. They're more like squares. Holding that foot up towards the sun, towards the sky. And then once again, we're going to release it and let it go down gradually, kind of ticking it down. And as it gets close to that other foot, once again, we're going to make those little circles with that leg on top. And the other direction. And bringing it down. So as we bring it down, we're going to bend both knees quite a bit. Bringing them up towards the chest. And now I'm laying my support arm down. So I'm laying my head, resting it on the whole arm. And this is where if you want to rub your buttocks, if you want to rub those glutes, you can do that. And then with both hands, we're going to push into the floor, into the earth, and switch sides. So we're coming to the other side, setting up on this side. supporting the head with one arm, making sure that that bottom leg is bent and the top leg can be straight. So as soon as we've found a stable position, we can start lifting that top leg up, holding it up if you like, or just having it being self-standing. And then we're going to tick it down. And then it goes all the way down. And then once again, we tick it back up. And this time, if you choose, you can hold that leg up, pressing that heel into the sky. These are the side leg lifts. And then we can put this hand in the center on the floor and tick that leg down. So it's a kind of a gentle workout for the abs, for the core muscles. And as soon as it comes down to the floor, we're going to tick it back up again. And this time, as we hold it up there, we're going to point the toe, point the heel, and do that a couple of times. Pointing the heel and the toe. Holding that leg up, bringing that hand to the center of the floor, and starting to tick that leg down. So as this leg ticks down, we're going to do those circles again before we get to the floor. So we're going to make those circles in one direction. And when you make those circles, you might be grazing that other foot underneath it. And then we'll make those circles in the other direction. And bringing it down. And then we'll bring it up for one more time. So ticking it up. Holding that leg up there. And maybe making ankle circles. Oh, this foot is really dyslexic. Come on, honey, you can do it. Pulling it a little bit closer to the chest, and then bringing the hand forward onto the floor and ticking this leg down. And remembering, as we get down there close to the other leg, we're going to do what? We're going to do those circles again. So then we're going to make those full leg circles. Kind of working those sciatic nerves again. In one direction and then in the other direction. Oh God, mine look like triangles today. And then as we bring this leg down, bending both those knees quite a bit towards the chest, I'm coming down onto my arm, so I'm letting the arm go. And again, I might massage that sciatic nerve muscle, the bundle, I should say, or the hips. And I'm going to look and see how we're doing on time. Okay, so next we'll come on to our stomachs. So just rolling over onto the stomach, and we're going to do the airplane series. So coming back with our hands stacked on top of each other underneath the forehead. Breathing into the earth and cuddling into the earth, being one with the creation once again. Just relaxing. into the earth. So on the next inhalation, we're going to stretch out the arms in front of us and raise them. We're going to raise our legs behind so that just the belly button, just our navels are on the floor. And we're inhaling and exhaling 3 or 4 times. Breathing in, breathing out, and then dropping the legs, stacking the hands underneath the forehead, coming back into the earth. So once again, we'll relax into the earth just on the next inhale, lifting the arms out from side to side, like in a letter T, lifting the arms and lifting the legs. Doesn't need to be a certain height, or greater height isn't better than a lower height, just lifting them to the best of our abilities and breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. As we're flying once again. And you can smile while we're flying. It's pretty revolutionary. And then dropping the legs and bringing the hands to rest underneath the forehead. And melting into the earth once again. So relaxing. Breathing in and breathing out. So then we're going to move our arms down by our hips, and they're going to be palms down right next to our hips. And once again, on the next inhale, we'll lift everything up. All the limbs, both the arms, both the legs, jet plane. Imagining yourself as the Blue Angels flying through the air in formation. Breathing in, breathing out. And then dropping the legs, bringing the hands to rest underneath the forehead and coming down. Melting into the earth once again. Just relaxing all those muscles. And then for our final pose, what we'll do is we're going to bend the knees. So we're bending both the knees. And then we'll take the hands down, and the hands can rest either palms down into the floor, or you can grab your leg or both legs as we come up into Dhanurasana, boat pose. But you can also just hover the arms above the earth. Bending the knees, or grasping the legs or feet. Whatever body part you can manage. Moving from vehicles of the air to vehicles of the water, boat pose. And then releasing the legs once again, bringing the hands to rest underneath the forehead and melting into the earth. So from this pose, you can either, we're going to move into Shavasana, or deep relaxation. I'm sorry, I'm running a little over today. And so you can rest on your stomachs in this position, or you can turn yourself over onto your back, whichever one you prefer. Shavasana of your choice. Finding a deep relaxation pose, and if you're on your back, pressing that back at the waist into the floor. And maybe even if you're lying on your stomach, you can press that back a little bit into the sky, which is the opposite of boat pose. Giving your back a little movement, or if you want, you can do dead bug pose. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that anymore. Happy baby pose. Happy baby pose is lying on your back with your legs bent and in the air. You have time to do that if you wish. Making your choice in the new year of how you want to respond to difficult news. What's in your first aid kit of how to respond to frustrating times, to difficult times. Baba na ke balam, Baba na, Baba na ke balam, Baba na, Baba na ke balam. Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam, Baba, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Babanam Kevalam, Kevalam, Babinam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Kevalam, Babinam, Kevalam. Breathing in, breathing out as we're relaxing on Mother Earth. When I used to work in the preschool, there was one photo which I will always remember, and it was it was in Africa. It was around a small lake, and all the way around the shore, all the way around the banks of the lake, were all different animals native to Africa, drinking the water. Their thoughts more of drinking the water than eating each other. But all these diverse species of animals are lined up around this lake, drinking the water. There are giraffes and lions and zebras and all those animals in Africa that we hold near and dear. And so I'm sending today a wish that all humanity can drink from that reservoir of caring, that reservoir of connection in this new year. A New Year's wish. Namaskar. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, MJ.
Yeah.